A lot of us might have used Samsung phones, and of late there is a new attribute of Samsung Galaxy phones, and it's referred to as the foldable characteristic feature. This actually allows users, mobile phone users, to multitask their operations or their um, work, daily work. How this works is in such a way that it is segmented, segmented into frames or into platforms. You can have in the upper, or you can see you can have four quarters, two in the upper part and two in the lower part of the same phone. And this ably shows us how effective mobile computing is growing. Let's look at this preview and we'll be right back.
Foldables, Galaxy Z Fold 3 and Z Flip 3 are our most advanced yet. They bring together our latest innovations in display, camera, and design with improved durability inside and out. But really, at the end of the day, foldables are about redefining what people expect from a smartphone. Chat hands-free with Google Duo. And you can do it all in a device that folds and fits in your pocket.
Android has been focused on getting foldables ready for the mainstream, which requires solving complex technical challenges within the operating system. The app experience is absolutely critical, so we've been working closely with
how this does its functionality. I mean, the future of mobile technology grows as we speak. Next, let's take a look at game programming and design. Now, game programming is about writing algorithms or codes to design, while design itself, game design, focuses more on the user interface, and sometimes as a programmer, it's very good for you to be a full stack developer. You're a designer and you're a programmer, so you can actually save companies or save yourself Herculean tasks. There is this game recently that runs on NVIDIA RTX, and it's called Bright Infinite Memory on GeForce RTX. GeForce, like I previously said in one of my videos, NVIDIA GeForce happens to be one of the biggest products out there that you can lay your hand on when it comes to production, as a programmer and as a designer. And this preview we're about to see shows us how effective or how GeForce RTX does its display after designing a game. Let's look at it and we'll be right back. Now, what you've just seen is briefly described as ray tracing. Ray tracing feature is a sort of a coded algorithm that allows pixels to be displayed on both mobile and desktop electronics in a very, very fine way, such that you will hardly see any grains within that capture. HP has been pioneering a bit of sustainability. Sustainability has its various interpretations. You can talk of sustainability in health, sustainability in climate. Now, climate change has been having a whole lot of impact on the human, sphere. We've been seeing a lot of videos online as rainfall, flooding is increasing, the sun is heating up in some very cold areas of the earth. Now, the next review we're taking focuses on how HP, that's Hewlett Packard, that American electronic company, has been making efforts to reducing or recycling, rather, let's put it that way, yeah, recycling waste bins like plastics being thrown in the ocean. And what captures my like and my attention is how this is being done. Let's look at the preview and we'll be right back.
With a bit more thought, we can all do our part to keep plastic out of the ocean.
Did you see how that really displays or shows how sustainability can be done? You know, a lot of waste is still being filtered around. Plastics, rubbers, tires, the likes. These are things that can be recycled into useful things that can be much more useful in the future. So then there is this company in, I think in Asia, they call them ISID. That's a subsidiary of Dentsu Company. And what really draws my interest in this company is how they are applying artificial intelligence in terms of text mining. You know, text mining is an aspect of machine learning that allows computers to read texts, probably voice to text and text to voice, you know, just like that. Now, the focus of ISID company situated in Asia, I think somewhere in Japan, is that they talked about how they are using artificial intelligence for their marketing and business, helping business to thrive, like you know, allowing digital transformation to take place. Then companies in Japan can also expand their knowledge of customer needs. Then, of course, processing a vast amount of feedback from customers is comes in very handy, and better informed customers. Now, how is this particular application of artificial intelligence done? It is done by using database, you know, like Postgres, SQL, and the likes, blob storage, documents, web applications, Next, Node.js, REST APIs, and log analytics. You know, then in the artificial intelligence being used for text analysis, I discovered that they used one open source, you know, and one closed source. The open source is PyTorch. PyTorch is one of the frameworks out there that is used for a lot of machine learning applications. And the other aspect they use in achieving this is the Microsoft Azure cloud computing platform, which also has, you know, algorithms to help perform these tasks. I need you to take a look at them and see how they do these things and how we can also learn to, you know, to implement such things in our companies or in our institutions. Let's take a brief look at this and we'll be right back. Customer satisfaction through this particular innovation or this particular solution. And You know, in the future, I think we should be looking at a place where we'll be having more applications of artificial intelligence in a lot of apps, a lot of hardware, common hardware that we use out there. You know, speculated as the fifth element, you know, that physics could explain besides gravity, electricity, and nuclear fusion and the likes. And what this is indicating is that it's scientists are trying to actually send home a message that there is still a way that some unexplained features around us can be explained. Okay, for instance, how man came into existence and other living things, you know, which is still very, very debatable and disputed in the scientific community. Then, of course, how the galaxies or the planets move around, you know, in such a regular pattern. Let's take a look at this video and see a few of what this scientist is saying.
You've heard of electrons. Well, there are similar particles called muons, which are much heavier and spin like tops. In the experiment, they were made to wobble using magnets. The current theory suggests they should wobble at a certain rate. Instead, they wobbled faster. This might be caused by a mystery force that in turn is created by another, yet to be discovered particle.
It's quite mind-boggling, and they have the potential to turn physics on its head. We have a number of mysteries that remain unsolved, and this could give us the key answers to solve those mysteries.
Do you think this will explain how things came into existence? Let me know in the comments below. The way we walk, learn, and play is going to be changed in the future. Why do I say this? NVIDIA has announced CloudXR. CloudXR is a sort of new way to use augmented reality for communication, for collaboration, you know, and so much more. Now, how this works is that the CloudXR, NVIDIA CloudXR Extreme Virtual Reality is connected, you know, wirelessly, and it is connected to the internet, and as well helps to transmit or transfer real-time video signals, okay, to, you know, improve or to work on a certain common task by a group or team. All right, so I've prepared this preview briefly for you to see how this works, and we'll be right back to discuss about it.
CloudXR is NVIDIA's streaming solution for virtual reality and augmented reality. Combined with 5G through Aerial, CloudXR provides a powerful edge computing platform for extended reality. This application, Autodesk VRED, is widely used in the automotive industry for collaborative visualization of designs, including in VR. However, in the past, VR and AR required some serious compromises. Users had to be tethered by a cable to a workstation, limiting freedom of movement and making it difficult to collaborate with stakeholders in other locations. Now, with CloudXR over 5G, it's possible to stream high-quality VR to tetherless headsets, such as the Oculus Quest shown here. Users can be virtually anywhere. With CloudXR, augmented reality also becomes possible.
To change the way we work, we play, and learn. Imagine being connected, being able to connect wirelessly to see your partner or to see your team at the other side of the planet. Okay, this will definitely make work easier. Some of us might have heard about James Cameron. James Cameron is the producer of so many scientific movies out there. And do you believe that James Cameron started as a truck driver? You know, he was into menial jobs, casual jobs, jobs that was not relevant to his passion, but he had a passion, and that passion was about film production, you know, producing films. And with his truck driving, he was able to get funds or raise funds to go into his passion. Let's take a preview of what he had to say in this masterclass, and then we'll be right back.
There's a moment when you're just a fan, and there's a moment when you're a filmmaker. And the one moment can follow the other by about 1 minute. I've been directing films for almost 4 decades, and I've picked up a few things along the way. For the first time ever, I'll share some of the things that I haven't shared before. Really, every filmmaker starts as a fan. I get my ideas the same place everybody gets their ideas, out of your imagination. I can't emphasize enough the importance of curiosity. Every film you've ever watched, every book you've ever read, every dream you've ever had, before you can radiate, you need to absorb. It's the creativity law of thermodynamics. In this masterclass, I'm going to talk about storytelling, suspense, action, visual effects, design, all the things you're going to need to know. So I'm going to show a scene right now, and then I'll go back and break it down. The thing that it's important to remember about the Terminator is that it's a love story. Their eyes meet across a crowded room. It's a love story with shotguns. And my goal with Avatar was to have people dream with their eyes wide open. I feel like I'm there. It looks real. But it has to be a dream. When I started out, I was working as a truck driver, didn't have much spare cash, certainly couldn't afford film school, but all you have to do is pick up a camera and start shooting something with the intention of making a film, and you're a filmmaker. And I think it's the duty of filmmakers that have been down the road a ways to turn around and say, all right, there's a landmine over here, there's a landmine over here, don't step on it, so why not share that? I'm James Cameron, and this is my masterclass.
One of his movies that really touched the mark was The Terminator. That's a movie that had, that had a storyline of, nuclear wars in the world and what artificial intelligence, the wrong use of artificial intelligence can do to humanity. And that was where he actually made it, because that movie was one of the movies that made the Academy, the Academy of Arts. And on that note, I would want you to reflect back and think of what exactly you're doing right now that needs to be funded. You could as well get funding from your current job or probably from some other thing, whilst you have your focus in hand, instead of complaining, that, or blaming the government, or blaming some people, or blaming, catching blames here and there. Some of us are very good at that, and that is not the best. The best way is for you to be, like I said previously in one of my videos, persistence, and of course being focused, and that will take you to your destination.